Ah, here
Hello.
they are. Here they all are.
Hello.
I'm here with Ruth Davidson.
I realized my phone was
Meanwhile,
on white. I was trying to turn it off. Yes, I'm good. Yes. All good.
good. What day is it today, Ruth?
It's Tuesday.
Yeah, keep going.
It's October 10th,
Yeah.
and it is World Mental Health Day, which is a really good day. And
Also,
Homeless Day?
yeah, it's World Homeless Day
Homeless
as well. Both on the same day, which is
Yeah,
interesting
it is.
because actually there's a lot of crossover there,
There
particularly
is
in
very
terms of mental health for homeless people, for
Yep,
sure.
definitely.
So, before we get going, the house rules as always. Rule number 1, Ruth. What is it?
I feel like you throw it to me because you don't remember.
You'll never know.
I know. Rule number 1 is if at any point we are going too fast, you guys can pause us just by clicking on pause, and we won't know any different, and it just means you won't get left behind.
Exactly that.
That's probably not number 1, but that's my number 1 today.
No, it is number 1 actually. And
Yeah.
actually, before that, I should have said, what is the other one? And actually, if you're here for an iPad session,
Yes.
there is an email in your teacher's inbox with the iPad link. So if you're here on iPads, this is the laptop Chromebook desktop session.
Yep.
And the iPad link is in your inbox. So go over there, and the lovely Emma is over there giving you the iPad lowdown. So, rule number 2, Ruth.
Yes, rule number 2 is the thing that we all love to get is swag, free stuff.
It's the thing that you're still waiting for.
I'm still waiting, guys. I haven't got any, but that's because I haven't submitted anything, so that's why.
Well, that's not true. She submitted loads of things actually, and she's been doing it for about a year. It's just I don't know. The postman just never arrives. What can you say?
Oh well, what can you do? But yes, so it's all about free stuff. So you go ahead. You're better at explaining that.
Exactly that. And then rule number 3 is.
We keep thinking we have 3 rules, and I don't think we do.
Well, actually,
VIP
swag.
VIP.
Yeah, VIP swag. That's rule number 3. If you go on and teach these skills to other people in your school, your whole school community, whoever it is, other teachers, in fact, well, then you can get VIP swag. Very exclusive. Right. Let's get on here and do this.
Straight in.
Right.
Yep.
This is our page for the day. We've got a couple of things on the right-hand side. If you're looking for this page, hopefully your teacher's given you this page already. If you can access short links and you haven't got it already, you can see it up there. I know it's a bit small, so sorry about that. If I zoom in, no, it's not gonna let me do that. bit.ly/express MHD. MHD, Mental Health Day. Or you can use the QR code, but if you're on an iPad, if you're not on an iPad, quite frankly, why would you be using it? I don't know. But
it's easier to type it, yeah.
Yeah, I put it in anyway. I don't know why I put it in. I guess, some computers do use it.
Sure.
Anyway. Now, challenge number 1, graphic design. Create a striking graphic to remind people that it's Mental Health Day and World Homeless Day on Tuesday, the 10th of October. And we're also going to do, I always call it cheating, and Ruth always tells me off and says it's not cheating. We're going to do a lot of duplication. Cheating or not cheating?
Because that's the point of the tool. To know, it would be cheating if you had to type in a secret code or something to do it, but it's just being clever.
Yeah.
I know, like a cheat code, you've unlocked it.
Yeah, no, so exactly that. We're going to do lots of duplication and show you how to, improve your workflow for things. And then challenge number 2 is video editing. There's a little button here. You can click that and this will come up. 5 top tips for staying mentally fit. We're going to use that in a bit. But let's go back here. I'm going to create a video on staying mentally fit and how you can do it and how you can share with your audience, whoever that might be, what to do. Right. Let's go over here. I'm going to go home on my stuff. Right. This is where we're starting from. Ruth, is there anything else that I've missed before we crack on here?
I don't think so. I think that's it. As long as everyone's ready to go, we'll get stuck in. No, I think.
Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so different ways to start. You could start with a poster down here. Or you could go to the plus here. Now, with the plus, you get these standard sizes here. Now, I'm going to do a square.
Okay.
Now, you don't have to do a square. You can do a different size. I don't really mind what you do, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, it's a poster.
Yeah, I mean, if
And
you're thinking about printing them out, maybe a poster would be good.
square still works for printing out though. You just have to cut out some white.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
thought we'd just do a square just because it just kind of changes things up a bit. We always do a poster. I thought we'd do
Yeah.
a square this time.
Sounds good.
But if you are thinking about printing out, then go for a portrait, something like that, or a poster down there. That's fine. So I'm going to click square. Let's get it up there. Now, I'm going to get rid of this Instagram square post thing. We don't need that because we are going to start from scratch because that's the kind of people we are, isn't it, Ruth?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, we were discussing that before we
Pioneers.
started.
That's what we
So, here's the trick question, Ruth.
are.
What's the first thing I should do right now?
The first thing that everyone should do, and none of us do, is rename your work.
Yeah, she's got it.
We're terrible at renaming, but it's really good because when you save it, it'll save as untitled, blah, 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 and then you never remember what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to call my mental health graphic. You can put whatever you want in there, really. But it's just the way to think about it is, if you're going to search for this at a later date, what are you going to search for? And also, when you download your image, what do you want that file name to be? Because mine's going to be mentalhealthgraphic.png.
Yep.
Which, quite frankly, is a great title because I'll probably be able to find it.
Yeah.
Right. Now let's go for what I'll do here. You'll see this on the page, and this will give you a good reference point. You'll see this here. I'm going to do exactly this right now.
Nice.
So if I go back to here, first thing I'm going to do is go to background color. Now you can go to custom. You've got recommended ones there. Yeah, why not? You could go to theme as well, actually. Yeah, stuff like that, and you can shuffle themes and stuff like that. Go through all sorts of different colors if you want. But I'm going to change the background color. I did want it to be red actually, but I'm going to go to custom. I'm going to move this slider to a bit more orangey. To be honest, that works for me. That'll do. I want it to be like a warm color. I want it to be a warm color. So there we go. And it's quite autumnal, although today it's warm here.
Yep.
Yeah, very nice. Right. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to elements down here. And what you'll see on this graphic here is I've got a head kind of icon. I've got a heart icon, and then I've got a yellow circle in the background. So let's get those done. So I'm in elements over here. You can see, I'm about to go back to this tab. You see?
I didn't even notice. I was just like, yep.
If I forget, Ruth has to prod me.
That's right.
To make sure I remember. I'm going to go to elements. I'm going to go to icons, and here, search icons, and go to head. Right. Now, the one thing about these is, some of them have got more detail in than I actually want. I want something very plain. So, it might take a while. There's the one. And that goes in there, but you'll see that, there's lots of things that are different about this. And if I move it into the middle, see what I did was I resized it. You just grab the corner, resized it. And then I wanted it a little bit bigger. And then I moved it about until I saw the pink line there and the one that still got the crosshairs there. That's slap bang in the middle. Now, I don't know why, but I really want to flip it. I feel like he's looking away from me.
Okay.
I don't know why that is. That feels more natural to me. Why is that?
I don't know. That's odd. Yeah, because that feels the opposite for me.
Does it? Oh,
yeah.
Right. That's weird.
It's just different people,
Yeah, isn't that weird?
I know.
Right, so we've got that one in there. But the fill color is...
flip it, though. That's a good thing. It's nice to know you can flip it if you need to.
Yeah, exactly. That flip button down there. And the fill color, I'm going to go for a white. I don't know why. I think it's going to look...
Stand out.
Yeah, you're going to stand out more, yeah.
Yeah.
On that sort of darkish, kind of browny, reddy, orangey background. Nice. Okay. Now that I've got that in there, I'm going to go to elements again. Instead of head, I'm going to go for heart because this has got like a heart cutout. But I want to put something, I actually want it to be a solid color. So I'm going to go for this one here. It goes in there. It's giving me a green. Now, the reason why it's giving me the green, can you tell me why that is, Ruth?
It's didn't you pick from the color scheme?
Yeah.
The theme?
Is it
theme? Yeah, theme. That's it.
So it's giving me sort of theme colors here. But I can change them by just going to fill on the left-hand side. And then custom, I'm going to go for like a pink. Nice bright pink there. Maybe a bit lighter. Yeah, something like that. That looks good. Okay. And then last but not least, now you would think that maybe in icons you could go to circle, and you can, quite frankly, but they are sort of a bit different. But there is this one here. You can do it in shapes as well. And then it's there. Now that's gone in there. And now I'm going to enlarge it. And then I'm going to pop it so it's right in the middle again. So you can see the crosshairs again. Now, obviously, we've got a problem here. First problem is I want it to be yellow. And also I want it to sit at the back of the head and the heart. So fill color on the left-hand side, custom.
Down tab.
Oh, no. What a melon. Right, let's do that again. Right, fill color. I've got it. So if I click off it, it goes. If I click on it, I get all the options. Fill color left, custom. Drag this along to the yellow bit, and then gonna get the yellow hue that I want. There we go. And then the other problem is that it's in front of the head and the heart.
Yep.
So let's grab it on our layer stack on the right hand side, drag it down. Boom. Rock and roll.
Looks good.
Right, Ruth, your challenge is to do that as fast as you can, but it's got to look different. There you go. It has to be different.
Good.
You can't just copy me. That's not allowed.
Okay, so again, the good thing is that we're going to be showing this twice. So if you need to get caught up, you can do that, and we'll be showing you different tips and tricks too, because apparently I have to do it different.
You do.
I do.
Them's the rules.
Those are the rules. So I'm going to go to plus. The only thing I will do the same is I will pick square as well, just because it is. I think that's nice. I quite like that.
Yeah.
That size. It's a nicer size to work with when you've got graphics. Sometimes when you've got a poster, you have more to fill. Square is just nice. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to do something different already. So I've got my white background. I'm going to go to elements. And instead of going to a fill background, so Dom went up to background color, I'm going to go to backgrounds in here, and I'm going to search. I'm going to go for a nice green, earthy tone, I'm thinking. Because I think World Mental Health Day, I think the ribbon is green, but I might be wrong. But I might be wrong. So
that's a good tip. That the background was a good tip. I wasn't expecting you to do that.
Boom! You see, always just throwing things at you. So gradient is a really good word to search for because it gives you different shades of green, or we'll switch between them. So there's like this sort of fade one. I don't really want that. So you can kind of play around with it. The sunlight is hitting my screen, so I actually can't even see what this is happening. So it's, as long as you guys can see it, that's great.
It's fine.
I'm going to click on this one and see.
Nice. That's nice.
That's okay. Again, because the image is quite large, you can kind of play around with it and see. It will lock it into place because I've chosen background. It will just set it as the background. It's not going to sort of be like a wee floating image, which sometimes it can be.
Floating image.
A wee floating image, you know, it's floating. So yeah, you can play around with it and see what you kind of like, what kind of takes your mood. See, I quite like this, but I don't like.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't like the blue, so I am quite particular. I'm not sure if I can actually do this. So
I mean, honestly, Ruth, we can't be here all day. Just
I will. I promise.
I don't mind this and I don't mind that. Come on, Ruth.
Tell me to do it faster. I might put a duotone on it. That's all I was.
We've all got homes to go to. Come on.
All right. So I'm going to go elements because I'm being told off, and I'm going to go to design elements because I want to see what head things is in design.
Yeah, not as easy, that one.
No, they're not as good.
I'll be honest. But not as easy.
No, not as easy. Right. I will go. Oh, no head shapes.
Where's this in? Are you in shit? No, you have to go to icons.
Oh, of course. Sorry.
Yeah, you have to go to icons. It's a little bit hidden sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You have to hit that little arrow.
Yeah,
didn't even know. So what we're looking for is a solid one. So that's what Dom was saying. If I go for an outline, I can only color the outline.
Yeah.
So I'll go for something similar. And see, there's your wee face that you brought in. But because I'm going to be popping a heart on top of it, I can pick any of these heads. Some of these heads are weird looking, Dom.
Yeah.
The weirdest. This is where everyone can see. Now, the good thing is you can see that I'm deciding as I go. Dom already has made up his.
Yeah.
So his decisions are made for him by him. I'm the one that's sitting struggling here. I'm probably just I'll go for this one, even though the eyeball really freaks me out. It's really creepy looking. Yeah, I'll just go for yours. That's fine. Okay,
Yeah.
so I've got this in. I'm going to make it a wee bit bigger. It's quite nice, like you can see the background through it.
Yeah.
And then I'll go to elements. I might try the design assets just for the heart, just to see what we get. That's kind of cute. I like the double.
Yeah, that's nice.
The size, because it kind of matches the gradient that we've got behind. And then I might need to just rotate it a wee touch. So you can just play around with it and see. Nice. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. And then I might just have a wee look for circles. Again, design assets, you can recolor them using the
Juice. This will be a different vibe. I quite like it. I think it's going to look good.
It is different, but sure, that's what you asked for.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And then I have the same problem that Dom had. So I've got my circles in, I've got my head and my heart in, but I can't see them. So I'm going to use my little layer stacks on the right and reposition those. And I'm going to have to recolor this, but I'll jump it back to Dom because he knows I'm just going to sit and fiddle with this.
that wasn't going through my head at all. That wasn't going through my head at all.
He's like setting me this challenge. I'm like, have to do it.
Honestly, bloody Nora. Right. Okay. I'm going to go now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share this tab instead. I'm going to do please be kind to your mind. That's the next bit I'm going to do. So how do you do it? Well, firstly, I'm going to go to text. Now there are I'm going to share this tab.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I was looking at my thing. Sorry.
I'm going to go to text on the left-hand side. Now there are different things like templates for text. You can use them if you like, but I think add your text is easier. And I'm going to put, please be kind. Just do this one for now. Mm-hmm. Right. What am I going to do with this? Well, first of all, I'm going to go to recommended fonts. And I'm going to look for something which is a little bit more dynamic, but a little bit more exciting than the one I've got. That one's quite cool. Quite like it. Mm-hmm. So I'll come out of this one. Click the text again. I wonder if it has got an italic, bold italic. Nice. And then I can also bring the size down using this. There we go. That's a bit better because I want to make sure that all around the outside, there's quite a bit of space. I want to make sure that the space is all kind of uniform. Now, in terms of fill color for the text, I'm going to go for white, but obviously it gets lost on the page a little bit. So what I can do with that is I'm going to center it there. I can go down to shape, and then I can go. I'm going to go to one of my basic ones. So you can turn it off, you can turn it on, or you can make it more of a little square around it. I think I'll make it more of a square around it. That's good for me. And then I've got to go back to my shape here, shape fill. And here is where I'm going to go to custom, move the slider along. I mean, that's pretty cool, actually. I like the way it does that. That one's good. And then once then you're going to when you got a rough idea of what the color should be, you can manipulate sort of what shade of that color it is. And there we go. That's nice. Now, in super quick time, because they do call me super quick Dom, I'm going to press that one. And then up in the top left here, because it's highlighted, I have a little button that says duplicate. Let's duplicate it. This is the cheap button. We love it. And then I'm going to bring this down, center it, roughly same sort of place. There we go. And then instead of please be kind, I can just highlight that text now by clicking in it a few times. And then to your mind. Simple as that. I've got them in there. And we're ready to go and see what Ruth's been doing.
Oh, don't come back to me just yet. Okay, so
I can carry on if you need a bit of time.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So we're just gonna add
in. What's you got? Yeah, nice, looking good.
So I've changed my heart, but it doesn't fit. So that was why I was like, don't come back to me.
That's all part of the process.
Yeah, it is part of the process. So you guys don't need to see that though, because you'd be like, this person needs to just make a decision.
Saying nothing.
I know. So I've changed the background very slightly. I put a little geotone effect. Remember we talked about. So if you click on it, you can go to effects, go to geotone, and I choose one of those nicer, softer greens, just so it fit more. So I'm going to go to text on the left, and I'm going to say, Go to add your text. I'm really laughing because I'm trying to remember what the text was. Was it please be
Please
kind?
be kind.
I remembered.
There you
And
go.
and so what I'm going to go for is whenever you're thinking of fonts, you want to think about the, I don't want to say like overall vibe, but it's like the overall kind of theme of your design. So mine is quite soft. Yours is a bit hard, like not harsher. It's just more like very informative. So it was good to do chunky font. So because I'm going softer, I'm going to choose like a nice lighter font. So something that's maybe a bit more handwritten, or that's an uploaded font. That's not going to work. Well, I mean, it's nice, but yeah. So we want to go for something a bit more handwritten, something a wee bit more, you know, like something like that. Looks quite nice because of the wee lines that I have in my circle. So it's just thinking about that sort of stuff. You can either go for big and chunky, or like a wee bit more of a,
like a scripted font.
Yeah, like sort of. I think actually I do quite like this one.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to make it a wee bit bigger. I have exactly the same issue as Dom had, in that, I mean, you can see the text and it's okay, but I kind of want it to stand out more. So I'm going to put in that little background into it. So if I scroll down in my text selected, I can go to shape and click on it. And it'll automatically put a little bar behind it, which is really handy. And then I can actually change both of my colors here as well.
Nice.
So if I go to shape fill, I'm going to choose this little dropper, and I'm going to choose the red of the heart. Might change that.
Maybe change the text color and see if that works.
Yeah, change the text. Oh yeah. See, my white will probably be better, right? Oh, it's because it's not. So sometimes you might find it doesn't change the text. So if you click out and click on the box, actually, I might just highlight. Sometimes
it is a bit fiddly sometimes, that.
Yeah, but that looks a wee bit better.
Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah, I mean, I might change it because when you come back to me, it'll be slightly different. I think I'll change it to more of a pastel-y pink, because it was in the middle of changing that color as well as the heart. But yeah, so it's just thinking about the type of font you want and then putting in that little.
And just duplicate that box for us so that we can see that again.
Of course. So I'm going to click on the top. At the very top up here, we can go to duplicate, my favorite button. Why work hard when you can work easier? And then I'm going to go down here, and then you can just double click and change your text. So
very cool. Right. Let's go back over here. So please be kind to your mind. We've done that. Next thing to do is just let me get my cursor back again. Here we go. Add your text. Now this time it's going to be World Mental Health Day. Now, what's going on with the sound there? I think it's just a little glitch in the matrix.
Yeah,
I did it. I think it's gone pop back now, which is good. Now, so I've got World Mental Health Day up there. Now, what I think I'm going to do with this is I want to make it smaller because I want it all to fit on one line. Don't want it to go onto two. And remember, I do want to have kind of all that space around the image as well. So I'm going to bring it down to that. Oh, it's gone back again. What's going on there? I don't know what's happening. And then a couple of things that I can do. Change the fill to white. No, don't like that. What I'm going to do is press the little dropper tool. And I'm going to hold the dropper over the yellow. I'm going to make it yellow. Okay, yes, I like that. Now, it's giving me the same font as I had last time. Now, I don't mind that, actually. Don't mind that. Kind of keep it within the same font family. But I think I'm going to use a different version of it. I'll use like the medium weight one. Yeah, I think that's good. I think I like it. So it's not italic. It's not extra bold like this one was. What's this one? Bold italic. And this one is the same. It's this Canet font, but it's it's medium and it's a bit smaller. So that's good. And then again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that, duplicate it. I've got another one down here. So I'll bring it down, keep it central. About there, looks perfect. You see, it's actually telling me that that's the exact same spacing as I've had elsewhere.
Yeah, up top.
In between, which is pretty cool. And then instead of World Mental Health Day, I'll put Tuesday, or I've got to do it on caps here. what I didn't realize is that
Yeah.
you say October 10th, and I would say 10th of October.
No, I don't know why. I was a nervous thing. I say 10th of
Oh,
October.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
fine. I
I
thought
think
maybe it was a
I
cultural
was
thing.
thinking I don't remember what day, never mind what month it is. So I was like, it's October 10th.
Yeah, that's fine.
The American way of saying things. No.
Yeah. So there you go. That's kind of me done on this, which is pretty simple. So what I think I'm gonna do is just show you very quickly before we kick over to Ruth, and she'll be able to show you some tech stuff as well. Is I'm going to show you what I'm going to do in order to make exactly the same graphic, but mix it up a bit for World Homeless Day.
Okay.
And the easy way to do this is to go into the top right here, press Add, and it says Add New Page, right? So I'm just going to duplicate this page. Now you can do Add New Page, same size, right? And what that'll do is it'll give you the same size page, but it'll be completely blank. And then you could add a custom size if you want to do it for a different platform or whatever. Or you can just press duplicate. And it's going to give me the exact same thing. But now I can go into this text and I can just I can highlight the bits I need to change. So I need to change this bit, World Homeless Day. Please be kind to your mind. And then what I can also do here is select things like these things, get rid of them. And then I could go to media on the left-hand side, go to photos, go to homeless, and then maybe get this gentleman here, pop him in the middle. Well, actually, I should make it bigger first. Okay. I mean, I could keep it that kind of size, actually.
Yeah.
That kind of works. But if I wanted to, I mean, this is a good way to learn how to do it anyway. Highlight it, press crop, and then crop it into a circle. And then as soon as you click off there, it's the perfect circle, and you can scale that as you need. There we go. Yeah, about there. And obviously, I have to make sure that it goes underneath my bits of text. So in the layer stack, I need to bring it down. There it goes. Pop it in there. World Homeless Day, please be kind to your mind, Tuesday, 10th of October. But also, the easy way to change all the colors is to go to theme and then choose another theme. And then you can mix it up until you feel like it's the right one. That one's pretty cool.
Yeah, it works well.
Yeah, but you can keep on, flipping through them. And actually, if you see one, you're like, do you know what? That's kind of what I want. But I just need it to be slightly different. You can just go in then and change the background color to something else. Maybe like a blue, red, yellow. That one's kind of nice. The red one kind of stands off a bit too much for me, I think, there. But have fun and go and shuffle things around and see what you can come up with. That one works quite well. And there you go. You've kind of created a new graphic from that one. And in sort of 4 or 5 clicks, you've got something entirely new. So that's what we're looking for this first challenge. Do your first one for World Mental Health Day, and then use that add button in the top right. Ruth will go over it again, and then just mix it up a little bit for World Homeless Day. Ruth, what have you got for us?
Yep. So I feel like I'm going back about 500 steps. But
Nice.
So I've got my please be kind to your mind. I changed it to pink because it looks nicer. And I've just added in my text of World Mental Health Day. Now, what I've done is I know you had text at the top and text at the bottom. What I did was I just selected all of this just by clicking outside. And I actually, instead of it being in the middle, I moved it up very, very slightly.
Yeah, nice.
So that
you click and drag to highlight all of that?
Yeah, so click and drag outside of it. It won't select the background because the background is locked in place. That's why it's really good to use the background images. And then I was able to select all those and then move them. I just added in some text and I was just about to start changing it. So I've chosen a font it's got quite a lot of, these are called weights. It's like the font family. They're all wee family. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a slightly thicker one for World Mental Health Day. And I'm going to change this to white because I think white will stand out a bit more against the background. It stands out better on my screen. It looks okay. Yeah, I think I might go for maybe a bold. And then what I've got is I've got this in the middle, and then I'm just going to hit duplicate, move it down below, and then just change this to 10th of October. And whoops. And I will select this. And instead of having bold, I'll change that to light so it just stands out a wee bit more.
Right, nice. Yeah.
Make it a wee bit bigger just so that because it's thinner. And then
So
you've got
working
that.
within the same font family, but just having different members of that family.
Just because you get that contrast. The contrast is just a slight difference. That's all it is.
And
then a little tip that I like to do is I like to add in just a line. So if I go to shape and I can add in just a wee line, if I click on that, I can choose the color of it. So I might change that to be the nice, actually I might do the yellow. And then I usually just use this line as a wee separator between.
Yeah, that's a nice idea.
Because then you've got World Mental Health Day line, 10th of October. So it just breaks it
up.
All
detail, but it does make a difference.
It does weirdly, I know. And then you can actually click on that line because it is one, and you can actually change how thick it is.
Yeah.
I can stretch it out. So I use the line tool more than I would care to admit. I use it all the time. I really like it.
That works well.
And yeah, so once I'm happy with this, then I'm going to do the same as what Dom did, in that I'm going to create a new page within my project. It just means we don't need to go out and create a new project. I've started using this a lot more. Keeps everything gripped, which is nice. So I'm going to go to view all pages, and I can see here's my wee page here. This is a wee bit different. This is how I do it. Sorry, Dom. It's just because I'm more visual, so I like to do it this way. And then here, instead of hitting the plus button, I'm going to hit the little duplicate page button. When it duplicates, I can see these are my 2 pages. And if I double click on the second one, it'll go in here, and then I can do it. So that's how you can keep track of what all your pages, just by clicking in there.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
Yeah, and then I just need to go through and change these to, it's not mental, sorry, World Homeless Day. And then what was your text?
It was the same text, but I put a photo in the middle.
Was it not, or was it still to your mind? It wasn't to the homeless?
Yeah, I mean that's a good one to do. Yeah, do that.
Oh, okay. And then I'm just going to go to media. I'm going to search photos, and I'm going to type in homeless, and I might just do this little one. It's quite sad. And then I'll go to crop. So I'm not deleting anything yet because I kind of want to try to do something here. So I'm going to hit crop, and I'm going to go to the circle. Now, the thing is, because my image was slightly off, I need to drag this. So I just need to click and drag so that you can kind of see this person is in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stretch this out, put this on top, and then I can actually just delete these. I don't want this head or I just deleted the whole page. Don't do that. I'm going to hit undo.
Is it going to bring it back? Yeah. Hooray for undo.
Jeepers. I'm going to click on it and hit backspace on the keyboard. I do that all the time. And then I'm just going to drag this across so that it keeps that sort of similarity between it and the other page. And actually see these arrows, you can flick between your pages really easily with those.
Yeah.
So I can see that one works, and then that one is the same as well. So similar sort of idea. And then you save, didn't you?
Yeah, we'll show how to do that. Actually, that would be a good one.
Oh, okay, cool. So because we've renamed it, I did forget to rename mine. So because we've renamed it, I can go to download, and that will download. Actually, interesting, if you go to download, because we've got multiple pages, so we have 2 pages.
Yeah.
You can go to, it will only export the page that you're on, or if you go to all pages, it will actually download a little folder that has both of your images inside. So that's how you can download those, which is really handy, and it does it super quick. If you do want to share, if I just click on share up here, and if I go to publish to web, that's going to create a web link that kind of links out to it. So it creates like a cloud version that other people can easily see. So if I go to publish to web, yeah, it should be able to. And because there are 2 pages, it will actually publish them both, and then you can flick between. It almost creates like a little workbook or something, or like a gallery of your images. So I'm pretty happy with that. Happy enough. Allow others to remix. That's a cool option that's been added in. So if I turn that on, people can use mine and as like
that's only just come out actually.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even know that was there. So obviously then it almost creates your one as like a template then. So then they can go and do it. So if I click on publish link, it's just saying publishing your design. Let's see how long it takes.
Very cool. Yeah, no, I mean, it will take longer on a live stream just because there's all sorts of stuff going on. Yeah. Generally, there you go. It's all done.
So the link's free, so I can click on copy link here. And if you've lost it, if you just go to share, you can go in there and you can get the link again. So if I copy link and then if I open a new tab that I remember to share, if I paste that in, I just pasted it into Google, then you can see what it looks like, which is really cool. It's really cool. So you can have your different ones. So yeah, that's how you share.
Perfect. Okay, challenge 1 complete.
Woo!
Now I have put the little share link down the bottom. We haven't been doing that for a while, but I do think that people like it. So if you do have a piece of work that you can share with us, you can share it anonymously, however you like. Just check with your teacher. You don't have to put any names in. You do need to put your share link there. You have to go share, publish to web, and then put your link in there, and you'll be able to share it with us. And if we do get stuff in, I might try and put some up a little bit later, depending on how we're getting on.
Yep.
So as always, if you need to pause to finish your work, you absolutely can. But now we're going to move on to challenge number 2, which you can see on screen there. And also, if you do send in your work on that share link, because I know someone from Derwent School has just done that, but actually you haven't given us your link. You've given us a file path, which we can't see. But if you give us if you click on share and publish to web and give us that link, we'll be able to see it. Okay, and someone's also given us a Google Classroom link, but we can't get that. We can't get a Google Classroom link. We'll be able to get a publish to web link. So do that one. Okay, so here, make a video giving your audience 5 top tips for staying mentally fit. Now, if you click on the voiceover text button, it will open up this tab here. Now, you can use this if you like, or if you've got your own things to do, you can use that as well. But here are 5 top tips for staying mentally fit. Now, you can just use these. Manage your thoughts. Learn to live in the now. Notice the positives. If you just want to use those as your kind of pieces of text for the video we're going to create, that's fine. Just keep it short. Keep it easy. That's absolutely fine. But you also can use these kind of slightly more expanded pieces of text here if you want to do voiceover. And I think Ruth and I will probably do like 3 each, something like that, just to show you how it works. And you decide, to what extent you want to, do a lot of voiceover or a little bit of voiceover, however you like. Right. So let me take it back to this tab here. Now, what I'm going to do here, normally what we would do is we would come out of this and we would create a video, but I'm actually going to stay in this project and use what we did before by going to, if I go back to this one here, World Mental Health Day, and if I go to add and then duplicate this page, right? So now new page 2 is here. Now, with the one of the things about Express now is that you can add, you can turn an image into a video as quick as you like. It's basically the same editor. I'll tell you what I mean by that. So what I could do here is go to media, right? And then if I go to audio, okay, I can go to record voiceover. So what I could do here is click that. I've already allowed the microphone in my settings. If you need to do that, you might need to click allow. But I could start recording, right? And all I'm going to do is I'm going to say, it's World Mental Health Day on Tuesday, the 10th of October. Please be kind to your mind. That's all I'm going to do. So let's see how we do it. And you see, as soon as I just click that, it hasn't even started recording yet. And already I've got like a video timeline down the bottom here. Okay, so let's start recording. It's World Mental Health Day on Tuesday, the 10th of October. Please be kind to your mind. Okay, so what has happened here? All manner of craziness has gone on. So we've got a voiceover down the bottom, which is 6.9 seconds. We've also got an image on the top, which is 5 seconds. Now I want my voiceover to be the same length as that image. All right. So I'm going to grab the corner of that and I'm going to extend it until it goes actually just past the end of the voiceover. Okay. Then what I can do is I can click the voiceover. I could actually move this so it's slap bang in the middle of that, which means we get kind of half a second from when it comes in before my voice starts, and we get half a second before it goes out as well. So we just put it in the middle there, and it's just dead easy to do this. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. Now what you will see is that because my voiceover went on for longer than the original graphic was, which was 5 seconds, it's giving me this kind of slightly random scene in here. Now I can do two things with this. One thing is I could just work with it. That's fine. Or I could just press the 3 dots and delete scene. In some ways, I kind of think that's kind of easier to do that.
Yeah.
So now what I'm going to do is going to add a scene. Right now, it's giving me a background color. So just like I did before. So in all honesty, you didn't have to do it. But I just think sometimes maybe it's easier in your mind to do things and it'd be a bit cleaner in that way. So let me go back to this. You go, here are 5 top tips for staying mentally fit. So maybe that would have been a better voiceover for my first slide. Maybe. But maybe I'll just go straight into my first ones. Now, the first one is manage your thoughts. So if I go back to my tab here, what I'm going to do is going to go to media again, and I'll just look for a photo. And then what I have to put in, I could put in thoughts.
Yeah.
Something like that. And I could put something like this in here. Now, it puts it in. It's quite small. Just going to drag it until it's kind of filling the screen. That is slap bang in the center. It's telling me actually that is it. Sometimes the image is in the center, but actually the thing that's in the image could be more centered about there. That's fine. And then I can use something like text, add your text. And I've already copied manage your thoughts. So stick it in there. I'm just going to keep this one really simple. I can put that at the top there, manage your thoughts. If you wanted to, you could make sure that it all went onto one line if that was what you were into. Doesn't really matter either way, to be honest. What are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing at you.
Honestly. And then, you know, what I've done there is I've changed the text layout to dynamic, because that kind of makes it a little bit more interesting sometimes.
Oh, did they bring the other text layouts back? I just noticed.
Yeah, they're all back.
Brought it back.
Yeah. Oh, happy day.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
That's great.
So manage your thoughts. You can have that in there. And then what I could do here is, if I go back to this tab, I can either record my voiceover, manage your thoughts, or I could do this longer one here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the longer one just to kind of show you, because we've got time. And I'll share this tab. Now, here's a handy little tip. You can add your text. I could paste in that mammoth piece of text there. And what I could do is just, you know, change that so it's a little bit, more on the page. And I'm just going to use this as an auto cue, and then I'm going to get rid of it. Okay. So I've got my playhead in the right position, which is at the start of this scene. If I want to, I could just move it slightly just in front, just like I did with the first one. And then I could go to media, audio, record voiceover. Everyone experiences thoughts that are unhelpful from time to time. When you experience unhelpful thoughts, imagine taking off your mental headphones as if you were playing music you didn't like. I was a little bit liberal with my voiceover there, but I didn't quite read exactly what was on the page. But you'll see from this thing again here, it's giving me an extra scene because my voiceover went too long, but not really too long. It went exactly the right length, but I can just drag this clip out until it gets to there. And this one, if you want to, you can right click it and delete it if that makes it better. Also, if you want to bring all your clips onto the one so you can see them all, just use this little slider in the bottom right here, and that will allow you to be able to see things. So if I bring my playhead back to the start again now, let's have a listen. It's World Mental Health Day on Tuesday, the 10th of October. Please be kind to your mind.
Everyone experiences thoughts that are unhelpful from time to time.
Yeah, so I'm happy with that. It sounds great. I'm going to highlight that piece of text, get rid of it, because no one wants to read that. They're happy to read manage your thoughts because it's short, and then my voiceover can do the rest of it, and they can listen to what's going on there. Right, that's how you start your video. Let's go over to Ruth and just give us a whistle stop on how to start that again, because it was quite a lot to take in, I thought.
It was a lot. I'm sitting going, what did you start with? Okay, so we're in the same project. We're going to go, I've got my mental health one selected, not the homeless one. I'm going to go up to add, or you can do my little one where you click on that. I say mine, it's not mine. It's just a different way to do it. So I'm going to click on add. I'm going to go to duplicate. So we've got this in. We know it's definitely there because it's page 2 of 3. And what we're going to do is remember to change it into a video. We're just going to go to media and audio. And I'm going to click on record. This is actually coming up. Oh, it allowed access. I didn't even hit anything. And then if I go to hit start record, you can see it's popped this up. So the first time you hit it, it's going to confirm that this is, it's almost like the first time you hit it, it changes into a video. And then the second time we're going to click it, it's actually going to do it. So, okay, I'm just going to record. I'll edit this out. It's good. wait. It's good. I'm not going to hit stop. It's World Mental Health Day and the 10th of October. And here are 5 tips to help you with your mental health.
Nice.
So I'm really bad because I usually get the giggles and stuff. So what we can do is you can see this is 18 seconds long.
Wow.
I'll edit this out. It's good. Wait. It's good. I'm not going to hit stop. It's World. There we go. So that's where I want to take it from. So you can see that when I click on this, I can actually cut all that out. So you could have stopped and then done it again, but I'm just going to drag this. So it's going to cut out all of the stuff at the start.
Right.
All that lovely gold of me doing that. And I'm going to move it over and I'm just going to hit play to double check. World Mental Health Day. Cut it off slightly. So I'm just going to drag it back a wee bit. So you can play around with it. It's just to let you know that if you do make a mistake, it can be fixed. Yeah. Because I never know what I'm going to say when I start. It's World Mental Health Day and the 10th of October. And then I just need to drag this so it matches. And then I can click on this one and go to delete scene because that was the extra hangover that was sort of helping reach. So there, that's pretty good. I mean, it's maybe starting a wee bit too soon, so I'll drag it across. Again, you said whistle stop. I got it. We're fine. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to add scene. And it's automatically created this with the white background, which is fine because we're going to replace it with an image. That's because this is my theme. It hasn't duplicated it. The way yours had your red background, it looked like it kept it. It's because mine was a background image. So I'm going to go to media. I'm going to search. So the first one was about taking off your headphones. So I'm going to actually type in headphones just for something a wee bit different, although they really look like they're enjoying themselves. That one's pretty cool. I like that. She's like in the forest listening to music.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Stretch that out. I'll position it. And then I'll pop in some text. Tell me if I'm going too fast. Sorry.
No, this is good.
Add your text. And then I'm just going to flick back. You don't need to see that. I'm just flicking back here. So it's manage your thoughts. Manage. Oh, I'm not typing. Good job. The problem when you switch between tabs. Manage your thoughts. Can't see that in the slightest. So I'm going to choose nice white. Should be good. And I'm going to go for something really chunky. Really chunky font will be good here because it'll stand out very well against the trees. Because my because the person is on the right, I'm going to do left justified with my text.
Okay, yeah.
So that it kind of works like that. I might just do this. I might just do that dynamic. Ooh. And play around with that. I really like the way yours looked. Move it up. So you've kind of got this look, which I'm happy with.
Mm-hmm.
See it nice. And then exactly the same as what Dom suggested, which is a really good idea, is just having this text in as a prompt. So I don't even really need to, I just need to change the font so that I can actually, or the color, so I can actually see it.
Yeah.
and drag it down so that I can read everything. Just about. And then just make sure that you're comfortable with it. I'm going to position my playhead so that it's at the right point. If it's at the beginning, it'll record over, so we don't want to do that. And then I'm just going to hit media, audio, record voiceover. And I realized my microphone's there, so I'm gonna. It's fine.
Yeah, that's all good.
And I'm gonna hit start recording. Everyone experiences thoughts that are unhelpful from time to time. When you experience unhelpful thoughts, imagine taking off your mental headphones as if they were playing music you don't like. Oh, see, I was in the good reading class.
Yeah, that worked well.
Yeah, and we're just gonna scroll that across. Gonna just reposition where my text or my audio starts. Don't forget, audio is always the blue underneath. And then I actually probably don't need to delete this because that could be in my next slide.
Well, that's it. That's what I've been deleting it for clarity, I suppose, but you don't really need to, do you?
Yeah, I mean, I'll do it anyway. I mean, if I hit delete scene, as soon as I hit add scene, it sort of creates the same thing anyway.
Yeah.
But and then I know I realized, no, I'm not correcting you. I was like, oh yeah, everyone experiences. And then, oh yes, the last thing, just click on that text and delete it so that my voice is given it's also nice because if the way Dom had said that he didn't read exactly what was on screen, nobody's going to know that because the text isn't on screen. So it kind of gives you a little more freedom. So yeah, and that's me caught up with you.
Cool. Right, let's go in here. I tell you what I will do just before we move on is I'm gonna check out some graphics.
Do we have people? Oh, that's so good. Please be kind.
Yeah.
I love it.
So that one was pretty cool.
That looks nice. Nice colors, pastels.
That one was good. Maybe brings the text down at the top.
Oh yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
And then that one was good.
Oh, nice. They went widescreen. Like it.
Yeah, and I also like the design asset they put behind the head.
Yeah.
That one was cool. 80s vibes. Love it.
Yeah.
And then this one was cool as well.
Very good. And that nice paintbrush stroke again.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea. I love it. I love that wee heart design too.
Yeah. So, right, let's get back to this one. Good work, everyone. Keep them coming in.
Yeah.
I've taken the ticker off just because it was making my eyes wobble. Let's put another scene in. So put another scene in. It's going to give you a background color, but that's okay because I'm going to go to photos. And after manage your thoughts, I'm going to go to learn to live in the now. That's going to be my next one. Learn to live in the now. So if I go back to this tab here, go to photos, search photos. Now, I don't really know what I'm going to go for here now. I mean, here and now, that's not a bad one.
I mean, you could do like nature's quite good, like something to do with
the
world.
I mean, even like hiking or something like that. There's usually some good ones for that.
Oh yeah, hiking's a good one.
Yeah, like this. That kind of thing. Learn to live in the now, go out and go on a hike or something like that. And then you can add your text in, add your text, learn to live in the now. And then, this is where you could go to your recommended text, maybe. Maybe something a bit more powerful. There we go. Something like that. I'm going to box it up a bit. Now that you can read that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could.
Darker with your text might be better actually than white, weirdly.
Yeah, I think Ruth is right. I mean, I might also I could just put a shadow on it.
Good idea.
Something like that. And then if you don't like the preset, you could go to custom and change things like the distance. That'll make it a bit more subtle. And then bring the blur down. That works for me. Learn to live in the now. And then again, I'm going to go back to this tab and then grab this. So it's, this is just showing you, time and time again, how do you do the voiceovers? So let's add in my text. There is a really weird sort of reverb on my audio.
Yeah, it sounds like when the internet kind of starts going. I was starting to panic. Unless it's just me, that's what I'm hearing. I hear just a wee crackle.
It does seem to be. Let me just try one other thing. The definition. Low definition. Okay, maybe that will improve things a bit. Okay, right. I've highlighted my text. I've put my text in here. So all I need to do is go to media, go to audio, go record voiceover. Research shows that staying in the present moment helps mental health. Take a moment to focus on the here and now. What can you smell or see? Are you hot or cold, tense or relaxed? And again, you might want to stretch this out so it goes right past your voiceover, maybe. Maybe that's a bit too far. Back there, and then just bring this one so it's kind of slap bang in the middle. Just going to click and drag. There we go. That's just so that it doesn't kind of, there's a little bit of a gap in between different voiceovers and stuff like that. So that's the only reason why I'll do that. And then again, I'm taking that off the screen because just highlight it and delete it because no one's going to read that. They just actually want to listen to your voice when they're doing that. Yeah. Right. Now, rather than me just adding slides, adding photos, adding voiceovers, you don't really want to see that. That's not moving you on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something exciting. You go to audio and search audio. Now I could go to ambient, something like that. Let's see, 39 results for ambient. Now, this one's a good one. Right, I like that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my playhead right back to the start. Click in the middle of that. Yeah, got a soundtrack. Now, if I play this, you have a listen. If I play this, you'll notice that I've got to do something here.
It's World Mental Health Day on Tuesday, the 10th of October. Please be kind.
Now, it sounds good, but what's the problem there, Ruth?
I can't hear what you're saying.
I know what I'm saying. Yeah. So actually, we found that, anything between sort of like, around 15, 20%, something like that, that's kind of where you want to have it. So
Which is crazy. It seems really low. I know.
It does seem really low, but
it's better.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
It's World Mental Health Day on Tuesday, the 10th of October. Yeah. Please be kind to your mind.
I mean, it could be lower, I guess.
Yeah, it could be. You could go 10, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe stick around like 12, something like that.
Because you've got the wee piano bits, you can hear those.
Yeah.
Everyone experiences thoughts that are unhelpful.
Yeah. So that's all good. I'm happy with the sort of the level between my voiceover and the soundtrack. I like the soundtrack a lot. But one of the things I don't like, if I take my playhead to here, there's that sound thing again. Watch how this transitions between scenes. So if I just bring this up.
That was the transition. I was like, whoa.
Check it out. See, it just flicks just immediately. So what you can do to change that is press the plus in between. And you can add scene or add transition. Now, there's a few different ones. There's dissolve, there's push, there's slide. Now, dissolve, I think, is way better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that there's a dissolve between all of those. There are new ones coming. And then if I bring my playhead to somewhere where, I wanted to see what the transition looks like.
To your mind.
It's nice.
Everyone experiences thoughts that are unhelpful.
And you can change the duration of that. You can put it up to 3 seconds if you want it to be more dreamy, that kind of thing. And then one more thing I will show before Ruth shows us her lovely work is you can click the text. If I click on manage your thoughts, for example, and you go down to the bottom and go to animation, and then when it comes in, I could have it bungeeing in. I could have it drifting in, dropping in, growing, flicking. No, not that one. Not when I talk about mental health. Someone's sending me absolutely bananas.
Yeah.
I think, things like I quite like the drop in. So I'm going to select that. The duration, I'm going to bring right up. Personality. Now, this is an interesting one.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't quite know what the difference is, but let's go for soft. There we go. So let's have a look now. If I look at the transition and the text.
Everyone experiences thoughts that are unhelpful.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, so on all of those, you can go, learn to live in the now. Maybe this one, the animation will be, I think that'll be a fade in, I think. Maybe, yeah, let's try this one, see what it looks like.
Research shows that staying in the present moment
Maybe
helps
it could
mental health. Take a
even take
moment
longer.
to focus on the here and now.
So let's select that and then go down to animation. It's got fade in and then duration, you know, maybe lots more. And then just play it and see what it's like.
Research shows that staying in the present.
So just have a play with the animation and stuff like that. It's dead easy to do. Well, let's go over to Ruth and see what she's been cooking in the kitchen. You ready? Add stage. Yep. There we go.
So
ooh!
I'm just I thought I would skip ahead just so I had something different to record. So I'm going to the third point, which is notice the positives, which is just talking about when life's easy, about writing things down. So I just whenever I was trying to pick my image, I just went and typed in journal. I thought that would be the easiest one to kind of do for the background and then find that. And then I just added this text in, added a wee shape behind it, and chose the color of that book just for something a wee bit nicer.
Nice.
And yeah, I think what I was going to do is record voice, but I mean, you guys have kind of seen what it's like to record the voice. So I thought I'd just do the other stuff that you showed just while people are going. So I'm going to go back to my manage your thoughts here, and you'll see that I actually selected thoughts on itself and changed the colors so that there was 2 different colors in the thing, which I did not know that you could do anymore. It must be a newer feature. It used to be if you change the color of a text box, the whole box would change.
Right, yeah, no, you can do that. You can separate, you just highlight something, which is great, isn't it?
Which is really nice, yeah. So it means you can even have different colored letters if you really wanted to. So I'm actually just going to choose my image that I did, and I'm going to go to effects, and I'm going to change that to grayscale because I think it stands out a wee bit more. Bit of a pop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on manage your thoughts, and I'm going to go to animation. So whenever it comes up, you scroll to the bottom and you go to animation, and I'm going to do in. And yeah, I think it's those soft ones are really nice. I think you're right. Like it's just, you kind of want to give that nice vibe rather than a like you sort of scare people into mental health.
I'm pretty scared right now.
I know, so something really nice and subtle. I think drift is the best one for subtle.
Drift is nice, yeah.
Yeah, and you can extend the length of it so that it's a bit more calm in the personality. I'm going to go smooth as well, just because I think it kind of drifts a wee bit as well afterwards. So while it's talking, you can kind of see everyone experiences thoughts that are unhelpful from time to time. That's okay. I mean, it's got everyone, but sure.
Right.
And then I'm going to do the transition. So that's how you add an animation on your text. Then I'm going to go to the little plus that's beside or between the 2 scenes. And instead of adding a scene, I'm going to add a transition. And I totally agree. Dissolve, again, is the smoothest that you can do. I usually go for about 1.5 seconds with dissolves. I don't really know why. I think it just flows. It's just me. I don't know why. But I'm a very lazy person. So I actually spotted when you were doing it, there's an apply to all scenes button, so I don't need to go and change each one. I can just click on.
Do you know what? I've never even seen that. Where is it?
No, it's only when you were talking, I was like, oh, there's an apply to all. So I'm like, now you can actually see this one here, even though I didn't do it, has already got that applied. So if you have all of your projects, you could leave your transition. So that's really nice. And it means they'll all be the same length as well, which is great because sometimes you can forget, and like one can be 1 second, one can be 1.5.
Great tip.
Yeah, it was just where I spotted it. And then the last thing for me to do, because you guys are you know how to record your voice. You don't need to see me do that again. I'm going to add in the music again. So this is all the stuff that Dom just showed you. So I'm going to go to media, and I'm going to go to audio. And this is where we recorded our voice. But if we search, we can kind of see what there is. What I really like is that there are different genres of music. So if you're not quite sure what to search for, you can kind of see. So it will have things like, you could even search something like instrumental if you just want something relaxed. I mean, to be honest, they're all pretty much instrumental. Something I really like personally is lo-fi. I don't know why lo-fi.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into that as well.
Yeah, and I think that's the one that you picked actually.
Yeah.
So I just like, I think it was that ambient lo-fi one because you searched ambient, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, so, you can search lo-fi and it is in there.
Yeah, lo-fi's there. I think there's actually a wee hyphen between lo and fi, but it picks it up anyway.
Yeah.
So there's a chill lo-fi. Now, the only thing to note, I think you already did anyway, is just below this text is a time. So if you know how long your project is,
That's a good
it's
tip.
good to pick a song. So, I mean, I don't have all of mine finished yet, but I know that the overall time of mine is 29 seconds because it says it down on the bottom here. So you can see just down at the bottom, there's 0 out of 29. So I'm pretty good with 55. That's pretty intense, but we'll go with that one.
That works.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm just going to click on it because my playhead was at the start. It's added it in right at the beginning. And I definitely need to turn it down. I don't even need to play it to know that this needs to be quite a lot. I'm going to go 10. And then I'll just hit play. It's World Mental Health Day and the 10th of October. I actually think it might need to go down more.
Right, no, it works well, I think.
Was it okay? Okay. Well,
It's World Mental Health Day and the 10th of October.
And here are 5 tips to. I always find when you add background music, your voice sounds much nicer.
Well,
the project sounds much better.
Definitely take the heat off it, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Help
And then
you,
so if I just
with
play
your
this,
mental health.
this is the transition. Everyone experiences thoughts that are unhelpful, and then it kind of just keeps going. So that's just really nice. A couple of just tips to kind of enhance your project and make it look less like a PowerPoint slide sort of situation. Because it's great, like, because you have full control over it. That's what I really love about this.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Last things before we wrap it up. If we look here, I've just, one of the things that Ruth and I were doing were we just adding images in. So I had this for image, my first image, for my first scene, an image for my second scene, an image for my third scene. Now you can obviously get rid of the image, go to video, search for a hiking image, first one there, learn to live in the now, stretch it out.
That looks cool.
Yeah, and actually, do take care on where you position it. And don't forget that you've still got your layer stack on the right-hand side here. You can see where I'm flicking through.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll bring my text or my video underneath my text. And then I can just check that video by pressing the play button in the middle. And that's cool because I've got the text on the left-hand side and they're staying on the right-hand side while they're hiking.
That worked well.
It works well, doesn't it?
It did work really well.
Yeah. And now if I can check that by going back here.
Playing music it isn't like. Research shows that staying in the present moment helps mental health. Take a moment to focus on the here and now. What can you smell or see? Are you hot or cold? Tense or relaxed?
Yeah, cool. So if you want to spice it up a bit, take an image or two out and put video in, or maybe do the whole thing as video. That's entirely up to you. Absolutely fine. Right. Now that you're done, let's pretend that you've done all of your scenes. You can just do 3 if you want, whatever you like. That's absolutely fine. But how do we wrap this up and get it out there? Well, first of all, you can go to share, publish to web. Now, what you'll see here is it's going to give you this is going to give you a link, but it'll link to all 3 of these things. So that you've got your graphic on page 1, got your video with the play button in page 2, and then you've got your World Homeless Day graphic on page 3. Now, that might be what you're looking for. That's fine if you wanted to show off all of your work. But if you don't, you can uncheck the boxes here. And this link will only be for your video. So what that one can't be seen. You can see it's got the eye with the cross through it. That one can't be seen, but this one can be seen. So let's publish the link. And there is that opportunity to remix as well. If you're a teacher and you want to create something which your students can remix, that's fine. And it says down here, publishing your design. And then also you can go to download, the page selection. So I've got 1 page selected, or I could go to all pages, or if I just wanted to go for the video page, 1 page selected, MP4. Now the source size, 720, 1080, or 4K. Now, what I'm going to say is go for 720. That's already HD. You don't need to, unless you're creating something for, to be seen at the IMAX cinema or something like that. Don't need to be worrying about 4K.
No, and also the Chromebooks don't have very much storage built into them. I don't think anyway, so you'll probably end up filling up your whole hard drive.
Yeah, exactly. So really, go 720 is fine, and then click download, and then it'll start the download in here. And because it's a video, it's kind of smushing together all of the images, the video, the soundtrack, the voiceover, the transitions, the text animations.
That's
So,
right.
it's not quite as quick as the graphic, is it not?
No, but you have to be patient though, right? Because if you even click away, it stops.
I mean, this is still pretty quick though. I'm still happy with that.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
There you go. It's already done. Perfect. And it's downloading here, mental health. It's called it graphic because I was too lazy to rename the page. But if I'd renamed the page just up here, it could have put mental health day video, and then it would have given that in the file name. There you go.
Yep.
Right. Well, I think that is pretty much it. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stop it there. There we go. How do you find that, Ruth?
Yeah, I find that very relaxing. Like that's genuinely part of the mental. I enjoy editing. It's very relaxing.
Yeah, I think one thing I would say to all the teachers out there and the pupils, of course, but one thing I would say to the teachers out there is that the video is much more powerful than it used to be.
Yeah.
You can keep it really simple, but you can also do lots more than you ever could before. So it will take, a session or two to actually get into, get into the bones of, how exactly you're using that. So don't worry too much if you're thinking, do you know what, this is really new. It is really new, and it'll take a bit of time before you really get used to it. But once you're used to it,
it's so good. Like compared to the other video, I think you could only have your text in certain positions on the video, whereas now you can put it wherever you want. Great.
There's so much more stuff you can do. And if you want to keep it simple and just do images and text and stuff like that, it's all still there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right, there we go. Do tune in to another session. We've got Recycling Week. We've got Black History Month still going on. We've also got Halloween at the end of the month, so do come along to those. I'm sure Ruth will have some good ideas for Halloween, as she always does.
I'm not free on the Halloween date, so it won't be
You're not in the Halloween date? Oh, dear.
No, I know. I'm so
never
annoyed.
mind. But we will have
fun with it.
We will have all sorts of ghoulish ideas for that one. But Recycling Week's also a big one in schools. Do let us know if you want to come to that, and Black History Month as well. Ruth, what do we always do at the end of these sessions?
You always throw it to me to try and wrap up with
Yeah.
this sentence, and I never have anything ever.
But this week you're prepared, which is great
You
to
would
hear.
You would think that I would learn to have something.
Yeah. So here we go, everyone. We're going to sign off with Ruth.
Yeah.
We're going to sign off with Ruth's thought for the day. Off you go, Ruth.
Please be kind to your mind.
Ah, she did it. She managed it. That's brilliant. That's the best one she's done.
I just read it off the screen. Sure.
Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you on the next.